Hola, I'm Nicolas from SOULWALKS, and today we're in the middle of this beautiful forest so you can learn a little more about your heart. What does it mean to live in your heart space? And some techniques that can help you to live fully from your heart each day, everything you do, so you can experience joy, compassion, and love. This is SOULWALKS. So when people talk about living from the heart space, this can sound a little vague. I mean, what does it mean to live from the heart? We all have a heart, so we are actually breathing and palpitating. And for me, the heart is the most powerful way to navigate your life. It's a way for me to make choices, to feel what I want to experience, and also it helps me to navigate during my meditations, during my daily life. So I've been trying to live from my heart for a few years. Before that, I was really mind-driven, success-driven. I came from an academic background, so I was pretty rational. Everything for me had to have a proof, and the scientific method was my go-to when I tried to understand the mysteries of the universe. But what I understand is that my mind only goes up to a certain point, and when the mind is confused or indecisive or doesn't really understand what's going on, there comes the heart. The heart knows, the heart feels, the heart allows you to embody truth, to embody love. And that for me has been way more clear and way more impactful in my life and others and to everything I do. So today I'm going to teach you a few techniques that can help you to increase your awareness of your heart space, and also that can help you live a fuller life from your heart. Because in the end, for me, it's not only the most powerful protection and compass that I have, but it's also something that is allowing me to experience my life fully, my life with joy, to really embrace the things I love and do them and live by them. So I wanted to share this piece of my knowledge so you can also live from your heart space. In every moment that you need, you can always check with your heart. That's something we've all heard at some point in our lives. So the heart space, energetically, it's called the heart chakra. In Sanskrit, it's called Anahata. Anahata means unbreakable, that which cannot be beaten, which is invincible inside of us. And for me, is the portal of our soul and the portal of the greatest universal energies that surrounds us. And in many healing traditions, the heart is the place where the healing comes from. Not only energetic or physical healing, but we can heal the world from our heart when we try to live our lives from that space. So the first technique that I'm going to show you, it's called the heart centering. The heart centering is something that I learned in Reiki and something that I've seen in different healing modalities, because when we access our hearts as a portal, as an energetic portal, we can access the energy of all, because everything's love. So when we enter into these deep states of love, we vibe harmoniously and in sync with the all, with the universe. So this is something really simple, something that you can do it yourself whenever you feel frightened, whenever you feel scared, or whenever you feel confused or in anger. Because by doing that, by just placing your hands on top of your chest, you're acknowledging your heart space. You're allowing all of the blood flooding in your body to calm down. And this is something that I like to use during my meditations or during energy work, because it's the strongest portal and the strongest protection that I know that you can utilize for your best good. Along with heart centering, breathing plays a huge role around the heart and around our lives. Because when we breathe into a harmonic pattern, when we allow our breathing to slow down, we can enter into a deeper state not only of meditation, but we can calm our bodily functions, because they rely mostly on our breathing, on our blood flow. So when we are in a tense situation, or when we are facing stress of the daily life, our breathing tends to increase its rate. And when we do that, some organs are not receiving enough oxygen, are not receiving enough energy flow. Because in the end, what oxygen brings into our cells is energy, is the material to decompose the sugars and to produce energy for our daily life actions and movements and situations. So besides placing your hands on top of your chest, by allowing your breathing to open up your chest, you know, when you're breathing shallowly, because your chest is not expansive, it's not expanding. So you can check with your hand when your breath is actually going inside of your lungs. And there's this thing called heart coherence, and it's a state when it's like your normal state of calmness. So easily by breathing, you can reduce and normalize your blood flow, and this allows you to be in a more heart-centered way if you choose to view it like that. So that's number 2. That's the number 2 technique. The number 3 technique is also in my hands. You can use crystals and the power of colors and vibrations in order to promote your awareness of your heart space. You can wear, for example, a rose quartz, or any quartz with the intention of living from the heart will amplify that intention because of the geometric patterns of the crystal, and also ask the colors or frequencies. If you resonate, for example, with pink as a meaning of love, or with green, those are the 2 main colors that traditionally are associated with the heart chakra. When you wear those colors, you can live more from the feelings of healing and compassion that are related to the heart space. So that's number 3. The number 4 technique is doing what you love. When you do what you love, what you find joy, or for example, when you invoke those feelings of universal love, for example, for your family, for your relatives and friends, or just for something someone did to you once, like someone smiled at you, someone gave you a compliment, or for example, these dogs, I love them. So whenever I try to live more from my heart, I invoke those feelings, and those feelings instantly shift my state of being, shift my brain chemistry, and allow me to open up, to understand, to feel more. And this is something like, it's a simple trick, but it's really beneficial if you know how to apply it, because you can shift any situation just by acknowledging with appreciation, with gratitude, and with love what you have and what you want to experience, because you're in charge of your feelings. That is something that we often give our minds, or give other people's minds, the power to control us, and that is not true, because in the end, this is what means to live in your own heart space, that you can choose for yourself with your sovereignty, with your empowerment, and with your own love. You can choose what you want to experience, how you want to feel. So that's technique number 4. The last technique that I'm going to show you on how to communicate with your heart is by using your visualization or your imagination, because consciously you can place any symbol that you want in order to communicate with your heart. And with practice, you'll see how this becomes easier, and how the images become more vivid, and how the messages become clearer. So in my case, that began a few years ago when a friend of mine, who's also a therapist, he told me that he uses this sort of bell, that whenever he wanted to know if this was aligned with his heart, he placed like the symbol in his mind that he would hear a bell. If that one wasn't in accordance with his heart, he won't hear that bell. So whenever he began to try it, and just by asking and just by practicing, he developed a stronger connection, and that helps you to navigate, to make choices, and to also know when you're doing something that is deeply aligned with your heart and with yourself. So in my case, my symbol is a baby, and the baby inside of my heart, that whenever I want to know something, if something is in accordance to my heart desire, I close my eyes, I take a deep breath, and imagine a baby. Usually the baby is just sitting on top of a sunflower. That is one of my symbols. And I just ask to the baby, how do you feel about doing that? How do you feel about meeting that person, about doing this video, about going out today? And I try to release control and allow the baby just to express. And sometimes the baby is happy, sometimes the baby is like, no, I'm not gonna do that, or sometimes the baby is just sitting there because my question wasn't very determined or very precise. So by using the power of my imagination, by imagining this baby inside of my heart, I've been able to make some great decisions in my life. And this is something that I try to do, each day, every day. Not only by using the baby technique, but also by just breathing into my heart. Overall, by acknowledging the communication with my heart is one of the bases of the daily meditations that I do. And this is super powerful to me because it allows me to relinquish control, to let go of the control, because the mind is the ones who wants to control everything. Your thoughts or your expectations or your past is something that is sometimes trying to control you, and trying to control your freedom, and trying to control your ability to experience love and to experience compassion for others. But when you let go of control, and when you center into your heart, you can reach deeper levels of understanding, deeper levels of healing, deeper levels of joy in your life, because it's something that you can practice to do it every day. And for me, it's been a huge game changer, because I changed my pilot towards my heart center, and that has been super helpful for me, because the heart is invincible, and the heart is super powerful. So, I'll make a quick recap of these 5 techniques. The first one is the heart centering. The second one is breathing towards your heart within your intention to feel your pulse and to regulate your blood flow. Just 1 breath is enough, or if you want to make 3 or more, it's better. The third one is by using the power of frequencies, as in crystals and colors. The fourth one is by doing the things you love, by experiencing joy, and by invoking those feelings into your daily life when you want to shift your current state, your current energetic or emotional state. And the fifth one is how you can use your imagination or your visualization, as for example with a bell or with a baby, so you can consciously communicate with your heart. Those are my 5 tips to live a fuller life from your heart space. Thank you. I'm Nicholas from SOULWALKS.